Hi guys, I'm KB Kwan from TasteAsianFood.com. This video is the continuation from my last video which I made sweet and sour sauce. So in this video, we are going to use the sweet and sour sauce to make a sweet and sour fish. I would like to show you how you can make it at home easily. Let's get started. Now first thing first, you need sweet and sour sauce to make sweet and sour fish. To prepare the sweet and sour sauce is quite simple. What you need to do is just to mix up some tomato ketchup, some chili sauce, some Chinese plum sauce, some sugar, and some salt. And then you squeeze some lemon juice into it, mix together, and that's it. I have a separate video on how to make the sweet and sour sauce, which I have included the link in the description down below this video. You can use any fish that you like, but make sure that you choose one fish that's with firm flesh. For example, I'm using pomfret today, but you can also use other fishes like tilapia, sea bass, or you can use snapper. My fishmonger has already cleaned and removed the gills and gutted the fish for me. One thing for sure, you still need to remove the scale and wash the fish thoroughly so that it will not leave any stinky and fishy smell when you cook it. Most of the Chinese prefer use the whole fish to cook. If you don't like to use the whole fish, you can always substitute it with fish fillet and follow the same method as I described in this video to cook this dish. It is always best to use fresh fish to cook, but it is not always possible to do so. For example, today I'm using frozen fish and I am a little bit worried about whether it is 100% fresh. So I'm going to marinate the fish with some wine, some ginger and some scallion to remove any unwanted smell. Make a few cuts on both sides of the fish and season with some salt and pepper. Then use about 1 tablespoon of wine and 6 or 7 pieces of thinly sliced ginger and some scallion section. Rub onto the fish on both sides and then put the ginger and the scallions into the cavity. Leave it there for about 10 minutes to marinate the fish. After 10 minutes, remove the scallions and the ginger from the fish cavity and then use paper towel or dry cloth to dab dry the fish. We want to remove as much water as possible from the fish because we're going to fry the fish. We do not want the oil to splatter all over. Sprinkle some cornstarch on both sides of the fish. Cornstarch will help to absorb any extra moisture and it helps also to brown the fish properly. Now it's time to fry the fish. You can either use a non-stick pan or a wok to do it. But I'm a little bit concerned of the coating of the non-stick pan, whether it can withstand high heat. So I usually prefer to use a good quality, well-seasoned cast iron wok to do it. If you sprinkle some water onto a well-seasoned cast iron wok, the water will form very clearly defined droplets. That's how it looks like. Add 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil into the wok and heat it up until it starts to smoke. Then place the fish into the wok and leave it there undisturbed for about 2 minutes. At the same time, switch on the stove again and adjust the temperature to medium. Do not move the fish in the first 2 minutes because it may break the skin. It is also important to tilt the wok a little so that the whole fish from the head to the tail will cook evenly. And you can safely move the fish around after the skin has started to crease up and it will release itself from the wok surface. After 3 to 4 minutes, check the doneness of the fish and if it has already turned golden, flip to the other side. Continue to fry the other side for about 3 to 4 minutes, and you can swirl around the fish in the wok as what I'm doing to make sure that it is evenly cooked. When it is done, transfer the fish onto the plates. We have finished frying the fish, but how about the sweet and sour sauce and the vegetables? Let's move on to prepare the sauce and the vegetables. The vegetables that we need are carrots, potatoes, tomatoes, and some onions. And that's all we need. You need to cut these ingredients into small pieces, about ½ an inch. And I prefer to cook the potatoes and carrots separately as they take longer time to cook through. Just put the potatoes into a pot of water and let it boil for about 6 to 7 minutes. And then add the carrots. Then continue to boil for about 4 to 5 minutes, and there you have all the potatoes and the carrots ready. I'm going to use the oil that I used to cook the fish to continue cooking the vegetables. If you find that there's too much oil, just remove some of the oil and leave about 1 tablespoon in the wok. Add the onion, saute the onion until it turns aromatic. Add the tomato, and then followed by the pre-cooked potato and carrots. Next, add our homemade sweet and sour sauce, and also you need about 1 cup of water. Wait for a while, let it bring to a boil again. Spoon the sauce along with the vegetables on the fish. And lastly, garnish with some coriander leaves and serve. That's how to make sweet and sour fish the Malaysian Chinese style. If you like this recipe, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and give me a like. I have also added the recipe in the description down below the video for your convenience. Please share with your friends on your social media, and I'll see you again in the next episode of Quick and Easy Asian Food. Bye for now.